Welcome back, everyone, to BBB Sharing. I'm Evie, Director of Ignite, sparked by BBB. And this time around, I get to interrogate, just kidding, ask questions to the rest of the team of the Medical Society of Virginia. And forgive me, I do not remember the names, but go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Yeah, I'm Taylor Cepeda. I am our Director of PR and Communications at the Medical Society of Virginia.
And I'm Matt Smith. I'm the VP of Marketing and Communications.
Well, welcome. It's been great having you guys here. I've learned so much. I know Barry's learned so much. Wow. We're really excited to have this connection now and, be able to communicate with you guys about what you do. From each of your perspectives, because I work in an office with 10 people, everybody has a different perspective about what they do and what we do. From each of your perspective, what do you notice about the Medical Society of Virginia and how you impact the community?
Yeah, the biggest thing for me and kind of what's kept me here for a huge chunk of my career is that our doctors care so much about the world and the people and their patients, and it comes back to us, the staff, and so we care so much about our doctors, and I think that having a passion project and feeling really passionate about what you do every single day is what makes us so successful. If you go in there and you talk to our staff, they all love it. Everybody believes in our mission. We're mission-driven. We're mission-focused. And I just don't think you get that in a lot of places. And so I think it keeps us happy and it keeps us driven.
And I think, what Taylor said is spot on. My career at the Medical Society has been a smaller part of my overall career in marketing and communications. But when you look at what the Medical Society does at the surface, it seems like a lot. But once you get immersed into what the Medical Society truly does and how broadly the Medical Society impacts all Virginians, but now also what we're doing across the country, it's truly remarkable. And it's amazing work. And my the first 2 years I've been with the organization was during COVID. And the enormous impact that COVID had on mental health and how that has shaped what we're doing today has really, it's mission-driven work. Not just, work because it's doctors and patients and all the wonderful things that Milena talked about, but we're changing the face of medicine and how it's seen across the country. And that, to me, is particularly rewarding from a marketing perspective.
Mm-hmm. You can tell a difference between having people like yourselves that actually care about what they do and the people that they impact, and then having the regular 9-to-5er that's like, I'm just here to, clock in, clock out, and head home. But
I never clock out. I never want to clock out.
I said to Barry, I was like, well, if technically I could just clock out and then keep doing work afterwards, nobody needs to know.
I want to be here every day.
I think when you are a part of an organization like this, it becomes a passion and it becomes, a part of who you are in your life. And not that we're working 24 hours a day, but doctors and hospitals don't close down at 5 o'clock. And so there are always going to be things that are going on. And sometimes it means that you're doing things at different hours than most. But it also, becomes a part of what motivates you and what drives you. And I think that can be said for our entire staff. I mean, it's a culture. And Milena, who you had on, has been responsible for driving that culture.
Yeah. And I think there's a difference between people who have to work late because they're trying to close out their books and people who work late because they're like, man, I just loved it and I didn't want to be done today. And, I've told my husband that I'm like, I know it seems crazy, but I just want to do this. Like, this is something I want to do right now. And he's like, you are crazy, but I love it. And so, it makes life really fun and really easy when you love your job.
Well, Melena's in the studio here, right? She doesn't have a headset, so she doesn't know we're talking about her. But how do we bottle you? That conversation, and I have the greatest staff also, so we're very fortunate. I think it's what you do for a living. Mm-hmm. But if I could have taken that to the car dealership world or the dumpster company or my roofing company, whatever, I would have bottled it. So I love what you just said. So I'm gonna give a hardball question too, and then you go back, okay? So we're gonna go to Matt first. Now, does Milena pick out your outfits is this part of the wardrobe, or did you pick that out, Matt? Because I'm complimenting you because you can see my shirt. I'm a little conservative. That's all me. That's my kind of shirt with the logo for MSV. Mm-hmm. So talk about fashion.
Well, when Milena brought me on board, she told me that I had to wear something with MSV every day that I came to work.
So I believe in branding.
I believe it. Yes. No, actually, I'll give my wife props for the shirt. She's the one that bought the shirt, but it's become kind of a thing around the office that there's now an expectation, and so I've had to go through my wardrobe, and we do have a hybrid situation, and so the days that I'm coming to work, I need to make sure that I have the right shirt picked out. If I'm at home, I can, on the Zoom
Afraid
meetings,
to see it.
yeah, I can wear a navy blue shirt and nothing. But if I'm coming to the office, there's become more of an expectation. I'd say it's happened more over the last couple of years, though. It hasn't been a lifestyle choice forever.
I'll tell your wife, if that was my shirt, I'm telling you, I'd wear that I'd have 5 of them because that's the way I buy them. I just did. Nobody ever thinks I change.
We have a few patterns in the mix.
So good question. Now we'll get back to business and be serious because podcasting is about being serious, right, Evie?
Right.
Not really. No, not here. Not at BBB Sharing. No. Our friend Rich Jacobs told me, tell stories and have fun. So we laugh and we have fun and we get serious. But this is a question. Think about the doctors. It is not a political question or anything like that. What doctor, what field of medicine, PA or doctor, seem to have the most fun? Can you answer that question?
Oh, my goodness.
You've never been asked that question, so I'll give you the second.
That's a good
On the job or socially? Because I think when we have our social events, there's not really a limit to
I don't
who
think
has
I
the
can.
most
No,
fun.
you can't bring social. Nope.
On the job.
Yes, on the job.
Pediatricians seem to always have a great time. And I have a 2-year-old, and we love our pediatrician. And I think they're always really happy, and they have fish in their, lobby.
Yes.
So naturally, they're
Children's
a little happier.
Hospital is the dream to work at.
They have Disney Plus in each
yes,
room.
I love the patients.
You
I
can't
love
get
the
any
children.
Better than that.
Patients. What would you say? Would you agree?
No, that's where I would have been leaning to pediatrician. I think from my experience, just personally, and then also at MSV, these are folks that they get to deal with wonderful, a lot of success stories and just a lot of fun on a daily basis. And I'm sure they go home with fun stories on a daily basis.
I call them baby doctors. Anybody that delivers a baby and passes that baby on has got to, when it's all healthy and it all works, and I've been on the other side, so I know the other side to it, is nothing better. I don't think they're bringing life into the world. And is anesthesiology, is that a doctor within you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I would say they have the best job and the most fun because in Pittsburgh, when they woke me up, I had a hernia fixed after surgery. And I had the hernia, and I woke up, and I wasn't really awake, but I heard everything. And these women were coming around, nurses and guys, men and women, coming to my bed. I could hear them in the recovery room saying, 16, 16. And I don't think I'm dreaming. I'm like, what's 16? I can't speak. Nothing's coming out. When it was over and done with, this young lady, new to the field, was standing there, and I go, excuse me, what does 16 mean? She goes, what do you mean? Everybody's talking about 16. You heard that? I go, yeah, I kind of did. What does it mean? Is that good or bad, right? Like, what are we talking about? You got 16 cuts. They opened you up 16 places because of my size, and we're on camera, so I disclose I'm a big guy. That's what it is. It's my whole cage and 16 cuts. Well, that goes into the recovery, as they started explaining. You're not going to have a good couple days, and that was just a fun job. So I always said if I could come back, I'd be an anesthesiologist.
Yeah.
Because they hear some crazy, crazy stuff.
I do think as a whole, though, we have our annual meeting every year, and I think across the board specialties, they're just a fun group to be with. Doctors are just enjoyable, doctors and PAs. They're just a cool group. They have a lot of life stories.
Well, I have one last question,
Good.
and then unfortunately I got to leave you guys.
9 minutes. It's
But-
good. You're doing good.
You're both in the marketing. You do PR, you're VP of marketing. What is the key, do you think, to getting in front of people? You talk to patients, you talk to doctor. What's that wording or what's that key element that gets you in front of them that they're like, it clicks? It clicks.
Well, I'll go back to what Melina said. We do everything for patients, and our doctors live by that. And so I think, a lot of our programs like the Virginia Mental Health Access Program or our Health Haven APAL program are serving patients, and they get in front of so many people because at the end of the day, these people get into this profession to help. That is what they're here for, and that is what we are working to make easier for them.
Yeah, marketing, the silver bullet has always been, whether you were selling cars or whatever you're doing, is telling the story. And we're fortunate that we can tell some pretty amazing stories. I mean, we have the best and the brightest professionals in the world in this state, and we have no shortage of stories. And I'll tell you, when I first started with the organization, airlifts out of Afghanistan, we had doctors volunteering to ride those flights to make sure that people were healthy and had success coming out of Afghanistan. I mean, we have doctors and PAs that do remarkable things on a daily basis that none of us would ever dream about doing in our daily lives. And so, that's just one small thing that I recall from my very early days with the organization. But we see that all the time, and the success stories and the medical advances and the things that we're doing in this state specifically that are going nationwide. We have a lot of really good stories to tell, and that's the secret, being able to tell the stories and the successes and the things that make the medical society and make our doctors meaningful.
And that's right awesome. There, that is the key that I always tell accredited businesses when they come in here. I tell them, I was like, people love that. Yes. That is the key. They love that you care. They love the stories that you tell. They love the passion that you have for what you do, because people don't understand that it's the care, the honesty, the integrity, and the trust that you put into what you do that makes the difference.
And we deal with and you're learning, Evie, as time goes on. Our clients, sometimes I just want to shake them. They just don't have that passion. They're not in this field. They're another. They could be a plumber, electrician, or whatever, auto dealer. They don't have that passion. It's about money, but somewhere deep down, it wasn't about that long time ago, but they got lost. And somehow you guys keep that culture alive, and maybe it's because your clients are like that, or you remind them sometimes they need to be reminded. Doctors don't have the easiest life, and PAs don't. They get screamed at, yelled at. And man, that was an exciting way to end. What's today? Thursday. That's exciting.
It is Is it Thursday
I think
already?
so. I think so. Yeah. This was exciting. You want to do another one? You can do another 20 minutes. You got to go. You got people lined up. All right. Go ahead. Finish it up, as Evie says.
Thank you so much, both of you, for being here and taking the time out for me to interrogate you.
Yes.
I had a wonderful time getting to know all of you and learning about what you do. Everyone that is watching on YouTube, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. And don't forget to share it out. If you're listening on Spotify, please make sure to give us a follow and, of course, share it out as well. And visit bbb.org, and quick shout out to Ignite website coming soon.
Man, couple more weeks. You did it.